lots been said, written and seen about Jane Austen, but particularly her books, but nothing so much about her as a person and a woman, and in particular her relationships. And whilst she's written so much about romantic affairs, it always struck me as surprising that very little was known about her own relationships, and that was our starting point.
How do you start to write a musical, though, about a character like Jane Austen? You've only got a book to go on, haven't you?
Well, there's very little known about her, actually. The bits and pieces that have been put together on her biographies are all done on the basis of the very few letters that she wrote to her sister Cassandra. She was a very prolific letter writer. They constantly were in touch with each other when they weren't at home together. And there were literally thousands of letters, but most of those were destroyed after her death, unfortunately. So there's very little to go on, and whilst there are quite a few biographies, not an awful lot is really known about her personal relationships.
How much joy did you get out of doing this research and putting a musical together? Because it's no mean feat, is it?
Well, it's been done over a long period of time, as you know. It started way back in 2011, 2012, and started as a read-through at York's Joseph Rowntree Theatre with a few friends together, and we managed to get through it all with recorded backing music, and it's been developed from there. It's grown a little bit. We had a mini tour of it back in 2015 as a 60-minute one-act play, and now it's been extended to 100 minutes excluding interval, with more songs, more relationships. The more you look into it, the more you find out about Jane's suitors. She really was a very popular woman as far as the fellas were concerned.
Well, that's some discovery. You managed to make it 100 minutes, though, because it did come to East Riding Theatre, didn't it, as part of its mini tour, and I think I remember seeing it in York as well, so it's something which has stayed with you for a long time. Did you feel you really wanted to do more with it? There was clearly more mileage out of it, and you just were so determined?
I think this is pretty much it as far as it goes. I mean, you wouldn't want to turn it into Wagner's The Ring or anything like that. But I think as far as stage musicals are concerned, a two-act play, 1 hour and a half or whatever it is, I think that's as much as people can stomach without feeling a bit uncomfortable and start fidgeting. So I think it's about right now.
Tell me about the tour then. It's here in Beverley at East Riding Theatre this month, at the end of January. Where's it been and where's it going to beyond here?
Well, we rehearsed and kicked it off in York, and then we were up in South Shields. We've been down to Norwich, Saltburn by the Sea. In the new year we're off to Birmingham with a few dates in London. Going to try and get Libby Purvis to come and see it down there, and then we are back up in Beverley here. We're at Harborough, Glenrothes in Scotland. I think we have a couple of dates in Northern Ireland even, so round and about. It's a 30-date tour.
I mean, how do you feel as being an optician by day and yet by night you're a playwright like this? And how do you feel about your production going on such a tour?
Oh, it's really exciting. It's lovely. It's smashing. It's what I've hoped for, really, to have something that you've manufactured, produced, written, to be out there and sending out ripples. It's lovely. I hope people enjoy it. The feedback we've had from Jane Austen fans has been fantastic. Anybody who likes her books, who is interested in her, and there are quite a few Janeites out there, I think they will really like it. We've tried to make it as authentic as possible. There's a little bit of license in there, in the sense that it wasn't so much her father who finally managed to get her published, it was her brother Henry, but apart from that it's pretty true to life.
Now you've got Jane Austen out of your system, what's in your system now? What's next for your playwriting work?
Well, there's more mileage in Jane yet. I think the fascinating thing for me is she has an unfinished book, Sanditon, and also I think really, whilst Jane Austen tries to be as three-dimensional as possible, I think there is a lot more scope to explore with her very, very deep relationship with her sister Cassandra.
As for the show itself, in Beverley in January, what's your favourite element of the production now? Maybe part of the expansion of it? Or is there a favourite song, favourite scene, favourite elements that you've put together?
Well, one of the interesting scenes for me is one of the new ones, and this is a relationship that I picked up on only in the last few months before it went on the road, and it's about a parson, and we've sort of exaggerated this character a little bit really, but it turns out to be one of the highlights of the show. I've made him a little bit too interested in Jane, shall we say, almost possibly a little pervy, in fact. But and having expanded on that theme a little bit, it does seem to go down very well.
When's it coming to Beverley?
It's in Beverley, 26th, 27th of January. We've even squeezed in a matinee performance on the Saturday as well, so we've got 3 dates here, and we're so excited about coming back to Beverley because it's such a beautiful performing space here. I love it and feel very much at home here, because we did actually rehearse and perform here on the last tour.